What's up everybody, Jack Sutcliffe here and welcome back to JS Fitness. Now I've just had my pre-workout, just got in the car ready to head to the gym and I can't wait to get there because I'm absolutely buzzing. It's going to be a bit of a hard session today, such a very different one to what I'd usually do. Today I'm hitting back, arms and legs all within one session, so I've got about a 2-hour window to absolutely smash everything as hard as I can and just absolutely blitz it. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm going to get off and get straight there. The time's just gone 7 o'clock, so you know, nice and early. Hopefully it'll be quite quiet so I can get in and do what I got to do. But anyway, I'll see you there.
So let's get straight into it. Exercise number 1, bench press. Now initially I started off with quite a close grip to kind of isolate the triceps a little bit more and just to focus on them. Initially warmed up with the bar and then added 10 kgs on, repped that out for about 10 to 15 reps and then supersetted it with bicep curls, which is exercise number 2. Did these two exercises together for the entire set, so exercise number 1 and 2 linked together quite nicely. After completing the set of bicep curls, then took about a minute's rest and then jumped straight back on to bench press. Now for this I have gone for a slightly wider grip with the weight getting heavier towards my PB territory. Again, only did this for a couple of reps and then supersetted it straight into bicep curls. Now I do end up taking this to absolute failure, which I do get stuck, so you know, if you're not willing to push yourself, everyone, then don't do it, because at the end of the day you're not going to see much difference if you don't push yourself to your limits and absolute failure. Now, just like the last set, supersetted bench press with bicep curls. The rep range I'm aiming for here is about 10 to 12 reps, and then again I'll take about a minute's rest. I'm not taking much rest in between sets, but I'm just trying to hit it hard and get this done. Now exercise number 3 is deadlifts. Always with deadlifts I will warm up with just the bar, do about 10 to 15 reps with that, and then kind of slowly start to add the weight on just to really warm up my back so I'm not risking any injuries. After this I supersetted deadlifts with standing tricep extension, as you will see. Now personally I like doing this with the Z bar rather than dumbbells, but I will mix it up from time to time. The rep range for both exercises I'm aiming for about 8 to 10 reps with about a minute's rest. Now with the deadlifts today, they did feel real heavy. 140 felt practically like 160, so I don't think a PB was going to happen at all today on deadlifts. So I'm also just concentrating on that form and making sure that it's on point as best as can possibly be. Now I do apologise for messing around with the camera angles and things like that. I'm using a GoPro, and because it hasn't got a built-in screen I'm not too sure of the angles, so I just turn it just to make sure that I definitely get everything in. Now I'm not going super heavy on the tricep extensions. I have just done a really heavy bench session and took myself to failure, so this is just more so trying to save a little bit in the tank whilst really trying to stimulate the muscles. Now we're about to hit a killer tricep session, so this is 3 exercises in one set. This is really focusing on the biceps and getting them really pumped whilst trying to include the back. Now I'm mixing this up with overhand and underhand Z-bar curls, then mixing it with bent over T-bar rows. Now I haven't got a T-bar, so I am having to use a power bag. Basically how I'm doing the power bag sets is starting off quite light with just kind of like 10 kgs and going up in them 10 kg intervals, and then when I can no longer do that I'll then work my way back down. I am aiming for about 8 to 10 reps, maybe pushing to 12, just depending on how I'm feeling. The biceps do start burning massively at this point because they're not getting much rest and lactic acid is really building up. But hey, give it a go, see what you think, because it's a great way to really fatigue yourself, and let me know what you think. Now after that tricep I am hitting another Triset. So exercise number 8 we've got here is dumbbell rows. Now, probably can't tell too much from the video, but I am really trying to focus in and pull the dumbbell up towards my hips so I really isolate the lats. Now, I do about 10 to 12 reps either side on this because obviously it's incorporating the lats and the biceps. Again, not going too heavy on this because I have just done some crazy sets with the T-bar rows. But part of this triset is dumbbell rows, as you've just seen, and now we're doing skull crushers, with the Z-bar. Again, I'm not going to go too heavy with this. Triceps are starting to fatigue a bit at this point, so energy levels are dropping. And again, don't really want to get stuck under the bar. After this, go straight into doing some goblet squats or goblin squats, whichever one you want to call them. I will hurry the video up so you don't have to see me getting all set up. Don't really take much of a rest or a break in between the sets. Just kind of taking a couple of seconds just to compose myself, just to kind of gather myself before hitting this. Because when you're working different muscle groups, kind of up and down the body, you know, blood's flowing all over the place, can't really make its mind where it's going. So it's just to make sure that I don't get too dizzy and kind of blow myself out or something like that. Now, some of the reps I am pausing for just a moment at the bottom, which I find is just a great way just to really kind of hit the legs. Now, I didn't go super heavy with the goblin squats because my back did fatigue quite quickly on deadlifts. So then we went into exercise number 11, which is leg press. Now, aim to do a little bit of German volume training here, everyone. Not going to do quite as many sets as what German volume training entails, which is 10 sets of 10, but I was going for a very similar principle. Now, after hitting leg press for about 4 sets of 10 reps, I went straight into doing lat pull down. I mixed this up with 2 variations, which I've gone for the wide grip here, and then I've switched it straight up afterwards into doing the close grip. Again, this just helps isolate the lats and the biceps in different ways to really kind of get your back, or muscles shall we say, responding. Now, after doing the lat pull downs, went straight into doing cable tricep extensions. Normally like to mix this up with the bar, but it wasn't really available, so this I was aiming to go really heavy, 6 to 8 reps, and just really kind of get them triceps filling up. But hey, give it a go and let me know what you think.
So that's the session summed up right there. As you can see, there was a lot of exercises in there. I am absolutely shot, and I know I am because my body's telling me right now I just want to throw up everywhere. I've pushed myself that hard. That's when you know you've really pushed yourself and not to do any more, because, well, your body's telling you to stop basically when you feel like you're going to throw up or when you're close to throwing up. That's a different ball game all in itself. So if you have any heart problems, don't push yourself that hard, because you could end up having cardiac arrest from it. So don't push yourself that hard if you do have heart problems. But if you don't, give it a shot, see what you think. I think it's worked really well. I'm sure I'm going to feel it tomorrow and all week most likely. So yeah, leave a comment down below and let me know what you thought of the session. More importantly, go subscribe everyone, and I'll see you in a bit. Ciao.